thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here for episode 288 of the Massenomics podcast. And if this is your first one, I guess not welcome back, just welcome. This is 288, the lifting podcast about nothing. My name is Tanner.
And my name is Tommy.
We got a lot of stuff on today's agenda, Tommy. We're actually recording live again.
I did like someone mentioned live and a taped live in front of a studio audience. And that's almost is the truth now.
That is the truth. We're, again, the first part of this episode, maybe the first 30 minutes or so, will be streamed live to everyone in our Discord community. So if you want to get involved in that, get in the fun, I see all the memes popping off there now. All you have to do is become a supporting member of the podcast. And you can do that how, Tommy? What do you have to do to?
Massenomics.com/join.
It's an item in our shop. If you go to our shop on our online website, and you can check out there. There's a few different options, but all of them will get you into the Massenomics Discord. Speaking of things that are good and that I like, this episode is brought to you by Fusion Sports Performance Supplements. We know what's in our Discord, but do you know what's in your supplements? If you use Fusion Sports Performance, you always will. Fusion SP prides itself on being fully transparent, never using proprietary blends, and always providing its customers with top quality products. They've got a couple of pre-workout options. They got your Super Soldier pre-workout and your Mad Titan High Stim pre-workout. Both have proven ingredients at their full clinical doses to maximize performance, increase muscular endurance, improve focus, and get you that much sought-after pump. They also have Healing Factor post-workout, which combines BCAAs and a full serving of creatine monohydrate and other great ingredients to help maximize your efforts in the gym, build muscle, and recover fast. Then we get to their protein. They've got a great whey protein isolate product, 27 grams of protein per scoop. Great flavors. They got it in vanilla ice cream, frosted cinnamon roll, or chocolate of some sort. Most orders are shipped within 1 business day, and every Fusion Sports Performance product comes fully backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to fusionsp.net and use our discount code there. It's MASS, M-A-S-S. It'll save you a massive 20% on your entire order. Anything you order there, 20% off, discount code MASS.
Wow.
Tommy, where are we going to start on this one? We have about 10 different little things that we're going to talk about today. So.
And there is a lot to cover. I feel like we as greedy as we are, we tend to leave ourselves out on a lot of things. So maybe we should mention that we have a new drop coming next week.
Next week, there's a new drop coming.
And actually, if you're listening to this,
it's this week. Yeah,
it's this week. Yeah, the people
in the Discord
in the
next
Discord,
week.
Yeah, it's
if you're listening to this like most are, it's coming out the week that we're talking here.
We're kind of a Thursday drop type of company, so that'll be probably the day to look for it.
That's when I would have my ears peeled.
That'd be October 14th, give or take.
Yeah, no, we're not in true Massenomics fashion. We're not going to really explain what's in it until we kind of like the element of surprise, the secrecy. I tell you what, though, this week or sometime before the drop, we'll show the Discord community one
piece of the puzzle.
One piece that they'll get to get in on early. So
this one has something in it I feel like we've been waiting a long time.
There's some items in this one that pop, Tommy.
There's a lot of popping going on. But that's what we're known for. We're known for popping.
We've been working diligently all week on getting new item stuff ready. We kind of got the items for this drop already done, but we're working on future stuff and plugging away at it. It's been quite a process to get. It's
been a surprisingly large process, bigger than normal. So, yeah, it's taken some time, but
there's some issues with sourcing the products that we're after.
That's not behind us yet. It probably also doesn't help that it's the holiday season. We typically, last year was our first year of really like, hey, let's get a lot of stuff for Black Friday.
Yep.
So it still is a bit of I'm not going to say a new process because we know what to expect, but I guess as far as understanding the holiday demand, is it holiday demand? Is it COVID stuff? Is it both? Probably.
Yes.
So that's been a bit of a learning curve here.
Yep. We're working on it though.
Yeah, I guess you just got to start planning out Black Fridays in July from now on.
Yep.
Even then, you might be screwed. But so everyone, be on the lookout for that drop. Go get it when it comes out, and we'll definitely talk about it more
Next week.
Next week. Now that we have that one out of the way, Tanner, we can start to get to the business here.
Okay, some of the nitty gritty stuff.
Some of the nitty gritty.
Some of the nitty gritty dirt band. You and me go fishing in the dark.
We're going on another road trip next week.
We're going again. It seems like we just got back, didn't it?
Feels like we just got back, and now we're hitting the road again.
We're off to sunny Fargo, North Dakota, our neighbors to the north.
Mm-hmm. We were too far south down here. It's still pretty balmy this time.
What are we? Eastern, Central, North Dakota?
I would say.
What do you put Fargo at?
Yeah, I would say Eastern, Central, North Dakota,
or Central Eastern. Which one of those makes more sense? Central Eastern or Eastern Central? Or does it not? Is it not different?
No, because I feel like East. You go from most specific to least specific, don't you? So it's Eastern. Oh no. So you'd say Central. No, God, this is surprisingly tricky.
It's not
because
ours is intuitive to me when I miss a Western, Northeast, South.
Because we're going from most specific to least specific. We're in the Western, we're in then Northeast.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'd be in the Eastern, Central.
But Eastern and Central are kind of they're not one of those in that scenario is more specific.
Yeah.
It'd be like Northeast, just the Northeast part of South Dakota. We say Northeast, but I don't know why does North really come because you don't say East North.
Yeah, you don't.
So what makes more sense to say Central East or Eastern Central?
Well, one of them means the middle, the east of the center part of the state, and one of them means the eastern part of the
or the central part of the east edge of the state.
Yeah.
And we want the central part of the east edge of the state.
Yes, that's what we want.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the correct way to say. Maybe someone there can explain it to us once we.
Yeah.
I'm not completely sure. I'm sure there is a way of actually doing that. That's supposed to go, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So, anyways, though,
I just want to talk more about this.
We'll see if we can get that figured out. But next week we got Big Jonathan Oldham.
Yeah, Big John
flying in.
He's coming into Aberdeen.
I would assume on like an Austin Powers jumbo jet with like a rotating bed on it and everything.
With like the crazy peace sign paint job all over it.
I keep falling over and over. So he's going to be landing in Aberdeen.
We're going to host him for a couple days.
For a couple days before we send him off north.
Yeah. And then we'll be headed north there for a meet on Saturday. We'll have a booth set up there, and
I think we're making a day trip out of it. Jonathan is he the guest, one of the guest lifters?
Yeah,
is
him and Joe Sullivan's coming. I think Brianni would be coming then too, as far as I know.
Are they all guest lifting, or
I think he and Joe are. Austin Powers. Yeah.
If people are curious why when they watch the show now, we're always looking to the side, it's because we have a computer monitor right here. And the Discord can get quite distracting. But there's a lot going on there.
So we will be in Fargo on is it the 14th? I think is the day. Then is that right?
No, I think it's the 16th.
Okay, 14th is maybe when Big Jonathan.
Yeah,
gets
16th
here.
is the Saturday.
Yeah, so we'll be there if anyone's wants in the area. Or
and
whatever,
what is
we'll
that? The USPA
North Dakota something.
Yeah, it's probably the only meet in North Dakota that weekend. So
yes, right.
Yeah, if you're in Fargo, stop by. Do we know where the meet's at actually?
It's in Fargo, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You know how to find meets.
At some point in time, I suppose we'll have to figure that out.
You know, I'm surprised that it's never even crossed my mind to look and to even think about where to look until right now.
We'll figure that out though.
It's probably in a gym or a convention center or somewhere.
Something like that.
You know, one of those spots.
Fargo's only so
I would
big.
imagine it's indoors, probably not outdoors.
Yeah.
So we got that part narrowed down.
I wonder at what point in time we would have next asked ourselves that, like, oh, wait a second, where exactly are we going?
Maybe the way there, probably. Actually, I could honestly get all the way there and be like, Tanner, where are we going? You'd be like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah. It is funny though how since it's so much closer than like Kansas City.
Oh, it just feels like you don't need to prepare anything.
Yeah, that does help.
Fargo, that's not a faraway land. I know that place.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward, to Jonathan being here. We're going to have a good time,
show
do
him
some
the sites in
podcasting.
Aberdeen, Western, Northeast, South Dakota.
Give him the full tour of town. And then, I'm excited to go to the meet. It'll be fun to go to another one so close after we just got done with one 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. It feels like just yesterday, honestly.
It really does.
Are you getting thirsty over there? at all?
Oh, I'm very thirsty.
Okay, because we do have a what's in the can.
Should I be closing my eyes?
Yeah,
here?
you better close your eyes for this what's in the can.
Okay, don't forget to show the Discord people.
Yeah.
They always like to know ahead of time what's going on, you know. Okay, my eyes are closed.
The secret word is pamplemousse. Just kidding. I'm going to show them.
Okay, there is a can in my hand.
The question is, what's in it?
I'm definitely I feel like I'm picking up fruity notes before I even go in for the taste here.
That's what she said.
Okay. This really feels like it has a cherry flavor to it.
How about Coke?
That was going to be my second thing. This really feels like it could be a cherry Coke of some kind. Okay, it's got to be cherry something.
Of some sort.
Cherry of some sort. This might even be a cherry cola of some kind. If this does not have cherry in it, I'm going to be blown away. Can I look? That's my guess.
Yeah.
Black cherry. Okay.
I was hoping you would start to wonder if it's cherry Coke.
I was pretty sure you wouldn't give me a cherry Coke, but
Like, what if I just gave you straight up just a cherry Coke?
I think the flavor would be a little more overpowering.
Yeah.
But that's good. Black cherry Waterloo.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had a Waterloo.
Yeah, I don't know if we've had this specific
I
one
don't think
before.
we
or not.
have.
What do you? This is pretty good though, don't you
Yeah,
think?
I do. Cherry, honestly, being a flavor that I don't really care for. Like cherries are fine.
What about black cherry?
Is there really that much of a difference?
You get to paint your can a different color.
Yeah, I would probably give this like a 4.
I think this is
Cherry
a 4.
sparkling waters do it for me.
This is a good.
Cherry and lime is like always just a good beverage.
Black cherry, pretty good. Buck cherry, not very good.
I like what you did there, Tanner.
Yeah. I would take a black cherry Waterloo much over Buck Cherry the band any day.
I would too. Much more relaxing, that's for sure.
Buck Cherry might be my least favorite band that exists.
They definitely have
I almost don't dislike any music. I almost am like at the very least, or not at the very least. I almost always like if I dislike something, the worst I think of it is like, whatever. I guess I see why people like it. But Buck Cherry is like one of the bands that I'm like, oh, this is not good. And I apologize. Some people probably like it, but to me,
I can see
like,
why you think that because to me, it feels like in the Midwest, in this area especially, there were some people that really latched on to Buck Cherry for a while. Luckily, I wasn't friends with any of those people, so I was subjected to very little Buck Cherry in my life. So that's why I can still be very indifferent to them, like, they're just not a thing. But if you happen to know some people that like Buck Cherry a lot, I can see how they'd be really annoying. And maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But
yeah, I guess. And it's like, just like that crazy bitch song. Like, I just don't like it.
But yeah, that one did get overplayed. Like, it's like, okay, that's not.
You know how people make fun of Nickelback all the time? We've talked about it numbers of times over the years and stuff, but I'm like, boy, I would listen to Nickelback over Buck Cherry 100 times over.
See, I couldn't even think of like, does Buck Cherry, do they sing Glycerin? Is that by them too?
No, isn't that Bush?
Oh, yeah, you're right. God, see, those bands are all the same to me. Those
They're
bands
a
are
lot better to me than Buck
those
Cherry.
bands are all the same to me though. Like
Yeah.
I can't keep that genre straight there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a lot better to me though than Buck Cherry. But Black Cherry, pretty refreshing.
Black Cherry.
I think Blackstone Cherry is also a band.
That I think they played at the fair here this year. Wasn't it
They
them?
opened for Nelly.
Was it them? Or
I think they opened for, or maybe, yeah.
I didn't go to the opener.
Not
so
for
I can't.
Tato. But
Yeah, I didn't go to the opener, so I definitely can't comment on that one. But
I don't know
I'm
what
pretty
they
sure
sing
they
either,
are a band. Now we should start a band called Blackstone Buck Cherry.
That should be a sparkling water
Black Cherry
flavor.
Buckstone. Yeah.
Blackstone Buck Cherry.
Tanner,
that's
I
a
knew,
sparkling water
I knew
I'd like to
something was
try.
off. I left the overhead light on. I don't think this
start-
will change
all right.
anything.
Start over.
Okay.
Now that we've rehearsed all those lines, we can run through them again the second time even better. Give me a second chance to redeem myself and read that Fusion Sports Performance ad a little bit better next time.
Bring all those zingers with a little better delivery.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to get the headphones back on. Oh, night and day difference. Wow. Okay, Tanner, just still plowing through the list here. So much to go through. Do we want to do the official Tanner Baird tech review right now?
We do. We also have a sack segment.
Oh, we do.
So up to you.
Well, it's kind of ad time right now, too.
Okay, let's do that.
Do you want to read the ad, Tanner?
What one is it?
It can be any ad that
Oh,
you
okay.
have on your list.
Oh, yeah, I could read one. Yeah, you want me to?
I think we always do it in the same order lately,
Okay.
so.
Well, I did the first one, right?
Yeah, which
Okay.
you usually do.
Okay.
And
then
I
do the
usually
second one.
I usually do the second one too, don't I?
Yeah, I think you usually do the second one.
So we might as well switch up the order.
Oh, we're switching. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. We want to switch up the order.
Yes, we want to.
Okay.
We want to change it up a little here.
Gotcha. All right. Let's hear from Hybrid Performance Method. Hybrid Performance Method is your solution to strength. No BS training, nutrition, and education from the hybrid athlete. Get access to proven training programs that have delivered life-changing gains and podium finishes for thousands of people. Take your training and nutrition to the next level. Get a personalized nutrition plan plus a dedicated coach in your corner, helping you navigate your nutrition journey. Head into every workout and every day knowing that you will be challenged and end the day better than when you started. I like that. I like the sounds of that. Ending the day better than when you started. That's never
goal,
bad.
isn't it?
Visit hybridperformancemethod.com. You can follow them everywhere at Hybrid Performance Method. We have a discount code with them. It's MASS. It'll save you 5% on everything you get there. You know, the training programs, the nutrition programs, save you 5% on the life of those. Even their new app, Hybrid Training and Strength Coach app, 5% off. So don't forget to use the discount code and remember where you heard it. hybridperformancemethod.com. Now, what do we want? Sack or
Let's do sack.
Tech tips with Tech tips with Tanner.
Let's do sack.
Alliteration.
And do I need to have my eyes closed for this?
No, I have not opened this because I actually literally, like, I don't know if you noticed as we were getting ready, I opened it with my key.
Oh.
I have not looked inside of this.
Oh, okay.
Because this, I didn't know if you noticed who this is addressed to right here.
Oh, Big Tom. Well,
Yeah.
it's addressed to me. I'm supposed to be the one in charge here.
Yes.
Okay.
So I haven't tampered with it
Okay.
other than just opening it because I didn't want to do that as we record.
So we got this nice little box here addressed to me.
I do have some like insider info knowing that it is kind of for you. So I think it's probably better if you open it.
Oh, it is. Okay. It is.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that meant you need to present it to
No,
me.
no. Well, I think it'd be better if you open it.
Okay. So right now we have this nice little package here, and we do have a Strength Co sticker and a Made in USA sticker on it. So it's already giving me a clue as to what may be inside. We got a card. I feel like I should read the card. Should I read the card
I
first?
think maybe, yeah.
Okay.
As long as it's appropriate for our listeners to hear.
Big Tommy, I hope this works better than the Seafoam motor treatment you're probably using. Big D. Okay. So I feel like we should take a look here.
Do you know what it is?
So we have looks like some hair care product here because we have the Love Curl shampoo and the Love Curl controller, and we got all the stickers. Oh wow, we got more in here, and we also have the Love Curl conditioner. Wow, that is.
So what is it? Shampoo, conditioner, and what's really the
curl controller, which I'm assuming is some type of leave-in thing. Okay, so the direction. There's also instructions on my card here.
Oh.
So Big D instructions say step 1, lather shampoo. Step 2, rinse. Luckily, that is how I do that in that order.
Yeah.
Step 3, apply conditioner, parentheses 1 minute. Got to let it condition a little, you know?
I usually throw the conditioner in and then move on to something else for a while. You know,
Go on to the next task.
Yeah.
Step
Come
4.
back to it at the end.
Step 4, rinse. Good. Step 5, apply curl controller after shower. Smiley face. I'll have to give it a go here. P.S. I'll be watching podcasts for results.
Ooh. Pressure's on for your hair to
I
look
never.
good on
The
there.
problem is I never put my hair down during the podcast because, I have a child now, so I'm doing
got work to
dishes,
do here,
flying
yeah,
around,
yeah.
doing things. He's grabbing my hair, so my hair is not down very often Actually, my hair is not down hardly often ever anymore, except to dry out. Then as soon as it's dry, I usually
That goes back
as soon as
up.
it's dry, I
Yeah.
usually put it back up, which
Yeah.
used to be kind of the opposite of how I did this, but Damn. Big D hooking it up. Thanks a lot. This is awesome.
Big D Discord member. Maybe she could be listening live right now, actually.
Could be, yeah. We got some of these. I've seen these in the gym, haven't I? The strength.
Yeah, I think they're popping around there.
I'm kind of surprised at the
Grant's cat.
Yeah, at this little bottle of I've never seen conditioner in a thing like this before. You ever seen conditioner in something like that, Tanner?
This is like usually beard stuff comes in this sort of thing. I'm curious to hear your report back.
Like I show up next week and my hair's just straight and black all of a sudden. It was a trick.
It's hair dye. It's hair dye.
It's hair dye. The 1 minute is what it takes to change the color of your hair. That got me.
That would be funny.
People at the strength call are always up to something, aren't they?
They really are always up to something, aren't they?
Okay, Tanner, are we ready for your official tech tips review here?
What is this? Is this top one a topic for us? Or
it is. Should we
okay.
talk about that?
Well, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, actually, we can talk about that. Okay, we can talk about that. So, okay, I got to pull this up for you.
I could always do my official tech tips at the end of the show too.
Yeah,
because I didn't know what this was.
Sometimes it's nice in our little note taking thing that Tanner and I share together to leave ambiguous notes because I don't want Tanner to do any research ahead of time.
Yeah, because I do it too. Because I'm like, I even Googled this to see if it like led me to what that was. And I'm like, I don't know what this means.
And I also sometimes leave notes that are so ambiguous that I forget what they are. So it's a very fine line.
Yeah.
Luckily for me though, I did remember this. Okay, so Tanner, you've heard of Volvo, I'm sure before, haven't you?
Absolutely, the Jetta.
No. Oh no, that's Volkswagen.
Oh, okay. Volvo. What is a Volvo?
Like a Swedish car.
But like, what would be?
Honestly, you'd probably see more Volvo semis around here than cars. Like they're cars.
Well, yeah. But what was a model car? Are they just numbers?
They're like XC.
Okay.
That's all.
Actually, you know who drives a Volvo? The guy from Workaholics.
I was going to tell you that. Yes.
Yeah.
They call it the Swedish.
Anders.
Yeah. They call it the Swedish meatball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Durs.
So Volvo, they are known. They're, all car companies have their thing they're known for, or at least they try to have their thing. Toyota's known for their reliability. Volvo's always known for their safety. They were like the pioneers in safety and so many different things. So Volvo's thing is safety. But anyways, this is their past logo.
Yep.
I should say logo of maybe the last 10 years or so.
Yep.
Pretty.
Looks familiar to me.
Yeah.
Actually, that looks actually quite familiar when I
now,
study it.
They just updated their logo, just updated it, and here's their new logo.
Yeah,
it's getting pretty close to being very Massenomics-ish.
The Massenomics logo. I actually never even noticed that the old Volvo logo had that arrow.
I kind of did, but when it's this super shiny chrome thing, you kind of just sort of lose it. Honestly, it seems way more like the male symbol.
Right. That's kind of what it looked like to me. And until you go to the next one, then it really pops out to me.
Yeah, but like when you look at that lineup of like the old one to the new one down there.
Yeah.
Especially when the arrow comes out like the Massenomics one.
Right.
It gives it a way different. You look at it way differently. So I saw that and thought that was quite interesting.
Well, Volvo, you'll be hearing from our attorneys.
Yeah. I did want to do a little more research and read into it, but I haven't had a chance to yet. So
luckily for them, we haven't noticed it because I don't know if anyone in South Dakota drives a Volvo.
No, but that is so that flat look, that is kind of the trend for all company, like Audi
going away from the big 3D silver shiny.
Yeah. Like that was kind of also sort of as far as logos go, kind of an odd trend. Cause like, it's really funny when you look at the Audi logo with that. So they used to have like these very dimensional rings,
Yeah.
And then their new logo is just the most flat circular rings. It's just as flat as possible, but that's high end looking, and they can do it. Like Toyota's done the same thing, and Nissan recently did the same thing too. So it is the trend. Oh, Volkswagen did the same thing too.
The people's car.
Yeah. Volkswagen logo. Like check. Like that one almost looks weird when you go, same thing, super dimensional metally looking to super flat and plain, but that's the direction it's all going. BMW did kind of a similar thing too. Theirs was not that drastic of a thing, but Car logos.
We're one step ahead of them.
We always are. Just keep it flat forever.
Like a carpenter who builds stairs, always thinking one step ahead.
Well, when they all start going to neon logos, then we'll really know something's up.
Yes.
That'll be the next step.
They better not.
Okay. What do we have for time here, Tanner? Do we want to do the... This is our third or fourth attempt at it here. Do we want to do the official Tanner phone review?
Should I do it?
Tech time with Tanner?
Yes. The part that the thing that everyone tunes
People have been
into the
just
Massenomics
dying for
podcast
years to get to this.
when I give out tech tips because of my savvy tech.
What's your wallpaper right now, Tanner?
You might recognize it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, he did go with the new wallpaper.
Yep.
We should mention that.
Yep.
Everyone in the Discord did get access just yesterday to the super exclusive Massenomics
There's
phone
like 5 or 6 new,
and computer wallpapers.
Yeah, and I'm utilizing one of them.
And we got tons of photos of people putting them to use right away.
Yeah, this is the first dark background I've had before.
It's
It's
quite nice.
Yeah. It's not. I have a different. That's my.
Yeah.
You didn't put this
your,
one
your
on.
lock screen. Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't put that one on there, did you? Of my daughters.
I was thinking about putting that in the wallpapers. Yeah. I thought people would really like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we're talking about, though, we're talking about my new iPhone. I've got a new iPhone. I think we teased it last week.
I think we did.
So if you've been listening to the Massenomics podcast, you know this from, I think, the last 2 phones I've gotten. I just waited until Tommy got a new phone, and that's when I got a new phone. And now this would make the 3rd.
I mentioned
I just waited until
on the
Tommy said he's going to get a
on
new
the way to
phone.
Kansas City. I go, Tanner, you're on Verizon. Did you know there's a crazy promotion where they'll give you $800 off a new phone? He said, no, I wasn't aware. Do you think I should upgrade? Because if you say so, I'll just do it. And I said, I'm going to do it. Or I said, I'm calling on Monday. And if it's everything it says it is, then I'm doing it. And you go, well, let me know. I'll do it too. And that's exactly how it played out.
And then I did a little bit of research, and I called Tommy and got some more details. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. Because before this, you had the
10R.
10R. I got the 10R when you got the 10R, like a week later. Because I'm like, yeah, it looks good to me. So and then what did you have before that?
Before that, I even forget. Was it
A
like
6?
a 6 or the 6?
And that's what I had. I think I might have gotten the 6 when you got the 6.
Yeah.
I think that's when I got the 6 is when you did.
Yeah.
So
I
this
think
is
so.
the 3rd time. So I went from like 6 or 6S. It might have been 6S. I can't remember.
Yep.
To the 10R to now the 13 Pro.
13 Pro, making big power moves in the world.
Power
here.
moves. So my review.
Because you've had it for like a week now.
Yeah.
So
and the funny part was I always just follow you and get whatever you get as far as phones. This time I got mine came first. Or like
well, you just went. You were smart. Just went to your, like Tanner just went to the local place, and my wife said, and I called Verizon and went through there, and my wife's like, "Well, why didn't you do that?" And then I was thinking, wow, that kind of never dawned on me. And then I realized, like, I just listened to way too many tech podcasts where people are calling and doing things and just don't stop into a store. Like, I should have just done it that way, but.
So I got it. I've had it for like a week or whatever. My case came in. I feel much better having it in a case. It's a very naked feeling not having your phone in a case, but I got that cased up now and I feel better about it. Yeah, I like it. I don't know. The amount of research I did on this was asking you about it. It saves me from doing any, that's why I do what I do, because then I don't have to do any research on it. What I've noticed, the camera takes great pictures, just bomb ass pictures.
And when you flip it over, like the back of your phone is a camera
half of
now.
it's a camera. And the cinematic video really cool.
And that's
I posted a few of those on Instagram.
I noticed when you posted those on Instagram right away. My first thought was, damn, who else in the gym has a nice camera, like a nice actual camera?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait a minute, Tanner might be in cinematic mode here.
And like Big Nate from the Discord there, actually, he even noticed it on there. He said, what are you taking that with? And I said, oh, it's the new 13 Pro. And he's like, I wondered if it was the cinematic mode. It is. It does work well. My battery is way better than it was before. That was part of what I wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, battery was a pretty huge jump this year. I think they claim on the Pros, because they have some fancy video processing thing, that you can supposedly get like 22 hours of video playback time, which is insane.
Yeah. The screen, I guess, looks a little better. I honestly don't really notice that much.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing I can notice is the camera works way better. the battery works way better.
Yeah. Which are two
Those
huge,
are and
two
those
huge
are
quality
like two
of life
of the
things for.
Yeah, well, like those are.
It's like most people use their camera a lot, and battery means you use your phone. I mean, you're using the battery all day, every day.
Yep.
Like
And I don't know if there's actually anything else that this does that actually matters to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like because I use the phone for the apps, and none of the apps are different.
Yeah, not really. I mean,
Like-
they might open up
Like I don't spend a
millisecond
lot
faster.
of time using the native, like because I suppose that's what could be different as some of the native apps, but I don't like that would change for anyone with
See,
the.
and now you have the new phone. I'm assuming has iOS 15 on it already. And
I think there's a new one tonight. There's actually 15 point something is getting downloaded.
Okay.
Even
and so you didn't notice any big iOS changes there.
No. No, I don't notice anything.
I didn't notice anything at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have known the number other than I got a message today and said it's like going to 15 point something
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
So is yours not 15 then or
Well, 15 just came out like a week
Okay.
ago or so.
Okay.
And I got the notification last night that I could have updated it, and then I just kind of ignored it. But part of me is like, well, it's gonna my new phone should be here next week. So,
But this is why it's fun for me to give a tech update because I don't
Send
that's
it
why I got
flying.
the case.
Tanner just dropped it and it rolled halfway across the room there. His new phone.
Just tested the new case. And it still works.
Yeah, we're okay. Whew. Crisis
We
averted.
do need this phone for our guests though, so
Yeah. But that was part of the draw of it, though, is Tanner, in your case, you actually got a new phone and your monthly bill, you got the phone for $200 and your monthly bill went down.
yes, my monthly bill went down like $15 a month. So the phone did cost $200 within 1 year almost. It will
Have paid for itself.
paid for itself.
Amazing.
And this is one of those deals that when I get the emails, I just delete them because I'm like,
Well, that's what
spam.
I
junk.
watched Verizon had 1,000 commercials every single day about trading in and getting up to $800. And this is what my brain does when it sees those commercials.
Yeah, me too. Like,
Like-
I've trained myself to not. I 100%. It's all bullshit to
That's
me.
what I just. If people asked me what I could be watching TV, I could go to a commercial break and get done. Like, if there was 5 commercials, if someone said name 3, I might actually struggle to do that because I think my brain's just programmed to not recognize that anymore. And I don't think that's an unusual thing.
No.
And I think the only reason I even noticed is because people in like Reddit were talking about it a lot. Like, you can take advantage of this deal. Okay, I guess that's what advertising works now. Is I just got to read it in like some social channel
Yeah, in order for it to
It has
seem
to seem
real.
more organic,
Yeah,
I guess.
Right.
for me to not
little
just
more
think
grassroots.
an advertiser's pushing themselves in front of me.
Yeah.
Is that it on the review?
Yep, that's about all I've
Overall,
got. Stay
though-
tuned for more. Overall, yeah, I think it's really good.
No buyer's remorse yet.
No, well, I've spent so little money that like there's
can't-
nothing really to be,
can't be remorseful.
That's right. Like if I spent $1,000, maybe I'd be thinking more about it. But
Yeah.
like $200 that literally pays itself back within a year, I'm like,
Yep. Makes it hard to
Yeah.
be mad about that.
it'd
one.
be like if you traded in for a 3-year newer model car and you're like, it's not that much better, but they actually are charging me less.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
it
well, I'm
paid
not
for
really
itself
sad
in
about
1
it.
year,
But yeah, right.
Yep. Okay, Tanner. You know what? I have some exciting news here.
All right.
Today's episode is brought to you by SPUD Inc. And
Everyone wanted to know what the product is going to be.
The SPUD Inc. Safety Rack Strap Set.
Ooh, hit him with the safety rack strap
The
set.
safety rack
Say
strap
that 3
set
times
was
fast.
made to provide a higher caliber system of protection and performance for the athlete. Most safety rack strap sets are designed just to catch the weight in case of a drop. The SPUD Inc. safety rack strap set, like all SPUD Inc., is made to keep you ultra safe, but also perform multiple exercises. Of course, you could have assumed that. Off of, such as pin presses, suspended good mornings, pause squats, suspended military press, and so on. The ends are 3/8-inch steel, and the strap is reinforced all the way around, creating a more stiff absorption point wherever the bar lands. In other words, the goal was to get as close to a dead stop as possible, but leave you a position to rearrange the rep in a more suitable leverage position. Less jump or that sliding movement of the bar once you lay it on the strap. If it jumps or slides less, you can get it back in position for the next rep much easier. The end clips slide up and down the rack with just a slight pull, but lock into place, secured by the rack pinhole. Plus, it just looks cool and neato.
Ooh, neato.
Neato. You can check out the SPUD Inc. Safety Rack Strap Set online at spud-inc-straps.com.
Excellent. Should we say goodbye to our Discord friends for today?
Oh, man. It's like they just got here.
Yep. I'll have to catch the rest of this
guys.
On Monday like everyone else or Sunday night.
I guess this is where you go right back to being a normal person.
Yeah.
So you guys don't have to worry about staying up late tonight, though. So you got that working in your favor. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, catch you next week.
We're talking to the Discord, not podcast listeners.
No,
we're talking to the
we have-
Discord.
Yeah, we have a lot more in store for everyone else here. And actually also for those people, because now they're probably listening to it in the future.
I did see a closing time meme popping up.
Excellent. Yeah. Closing time. Better than a Buck Cherry meme.
Yeah. Tanner, does it feel like this room just got much more private all of a
It
sudden?
did. It really does feel different.
It kind
It's like, oh, they're not, creeps aren't watching us. Although everyone is still watching us.
Yeah. But
It's just not, they're not watching us right
not
now.
like people throwing memes in our face nonstop from
like
over
no
here.
one can hit us with tomatoes if we no like live booze.
Tell us we have bad opinions or something.
Should we get Big Hunter on the phone?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We'll try our damnedest.
Hello,
Hey, is this Hunter?
it is.
Hunter, you're live on the Massenomics podcast with Tanner and Tommy.
What's up, Hunter?
Awesome. What's going on, guys?
Oh, not much. We're excited to get you on here. And actually,
Yeah.
a lot of times when we get guests on the podcast, it's like the first time we've actually talked to them. In this scenario, it's actually pretty cool because we just got to meet you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You were at the you're from Kansas City, right? Or you live
I
there
am.
now? Or yeah, okay.
Yep. So I'm actually from a really small town about an hour north of Kansas City. I moved here maybe 3 years ago for work. So, but yeah, been here.
Okay, and we got to see you. You were chilling at the Showdown meet, and what we asked you at the time too is like, how bad did being there and watching make you want to be competing?
It was pretty bad. It was worse than I expected, honestly. I thought I'd be okay, but I like stepped into the warm-up room while they were getting ready for squats, the girls.
Yep.
And I saw Brianni, I saw Christy, and everybody else, and I was like, man, let me run home real quick and grab my singlet. Like,
they would have. Everyone would have let you.
Oh, yeah.
right, too,
I think everyone would have been cool with that.
Yeah.
Like, that would have made the day that much more
Right.
exciting.
But no, it was awesome to watch everybody, and I definitely need a break.
Yeah.
So
It is tough. Like I've been in that scenario, much smaller scale though, like local meets and stuff. When you're there watching at one that you could normally be doing, you almost feel a little like, I feel like I'm like not one of you now. Even though
Right.
it's like
Just
I'm
a
like,
poser over
yeah, it's
here.
like I'm kind of like, do you guys even want me here? I feel
Right.
where do I stand? Like,
and especially because I've been doing bodybuilding for the past 5 months or so I haven't even been in the powerlifting scene that much. So this was like my first time around the atmosphere and in the community, and I was like, man, okay, all right, got some catching up to do.
yeah, and there was some really impressive performances too.
Just absolutely amazing.
So Christy Hawkins, because you compete in the 165 class also.
I do,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Yeah.
right now, I guess would you say you're still kind of the top dog in sleeves, and now she is in wraps? Or do I have that backwards? You are in
yes.
wraps, and she is in sleeves. Yeah.
Yep. So she broke her previous world record in sleeves by like 3 pounds, I think.
Yeah.
Just incredible. She's so solid, man.
Yeah.
She's insanely impressive. Insanely impressive.
Yeah, Tommy and I remark, because we've been to the Arnold several years and stuff like that. This is the first like just big powerlifting meet, that's just specifically a powerlifting meet that we've gone to, where you're really like around, all the top tier competitors, all the time and up close and personal. And with the men and the women both, like the physiques and stuff of everyone is just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really, it's just, you can't even really describe it to people. Like they have to experience it for it to make sense.
Yeah.
Because it's on a whole nother level.
I mean, people are huge and still like lean.
Yes.
It's scary.
Well,
There's some monsters out there, man.
And also the number of big people that even some people are just like, no, we don't even know who that is. Like that's just a guy that's here or a girl that's here, and people don't even know him because they're just, it's like a dime a dozen there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you've been doing bodybuilding for a while. How long have you now, and have you competed once or?
So I have been a bodybuilder now for about 5 months.
Okay.
I've competed 3 times. Sorry,
Okay.
3 times. I did a local show in Omaha, and then I went on to USA's. I won my pro card. And then a week after that, I competed in the Tampa Pro, and I got second.
Okay.
Wow.
And I Tommy and I probably could both say the same. We're much more involved in the powerlifting community than we are in bodybuilding for sure. But I do know that the Tampa Pro means something. I've heard people talk about that before, that's a pretty significant show. So to get second there seems like a pretty big deal, I would assume.
Yes. So if I actually would have gotten first, that would have qualified me for this year's Olympia.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Yeah. So pretty cool to place that high. My, first time in a pro show,
Well, yeah, that's a crazy, like when you, and I guess I would assume that's not the typical roadmap for women's bodybuilding, but like to show up in 5 months, do 3 shows and get your pro card in your second one and second at the Tampa and your third, like that seems like a really fast, like you're on the fast track there.
Yeah, exactly how it felt.
Yeah.
So I prepped for the the Kern earlier this year, 2021 Kern. Yeah.
Yep.
And I was cutting down to 165, and I kind of saw how I was getting in shape for that. And my diet coach, Matt Jansen, I was like, I think I could do a bodybuilding show. I really do. And he was all for it, obviously. So the original plan was just to do the one show. And Matt was kind of talking to me, and he's like, I really think that you have a shot at Olympia. And, why not? So I went all in, and I don't regret a single second of it. It was the best time of my life, honestly. It was fantastic.
So what's next, and how do you balance both, or are you not balancing both, or like what's like the next year look like even then?
So next year, this is so exciting. I love that you asked. So I'm going to do both. My goal is to be, best in the world at powerlifting and on the Olympia stage. So right now I'm going back to powerlifting. I've already signed up for the hybrid meet in, I think that's mid-January. And then I plan to do the Kern in April. And then I will go back to bodybuilding after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you see that that's like the way you do that? I mean, would you kind of spend half a year powerlifting, half a year bodybuilding, that sort of thing? And do you think you'll continue to keep it like that for a while, or do you just don't know the answer to that yet?
I honestly don't know, but I feel like probably not. Just because there's, powerlifting has done a lot for my physique, but I got a lot of feedback at Tampa, and, small arms, small shoulders, better adductors, a lot of things that I really need to bring up. So I think maybe at some point I might focus a little bit more on bringing those parts of my physique up, so I can be more successful with bodybuilding and then come back to powerlifting. Who knows? I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but
yeah. And so now that you've, you got to experience, you've obviously been doing powerlifting a little longer than bodybuilding, but you've got to like run through the bodybuilding thing a little bit. Now, is there one style of training you prefer over the other?
Oof. Man, I never thought I'd say this. I enjoyed the bodybuilding training. It was not easier, but it is easier like on your body.
Right.
My elbows weren't killing me. My knees weren't killing me,
You're still working hard, but it's not,
you are still pushing to that limit. I don't know. I enjoy both. Both types of training.
Like how long, like were your days in the gym, were you spending about the same amount of time for both, or was the bodybuilding one a lot longer in the gym?
Bodybuilding actually went a little bit faster.
Did it?
Yeah, because you want to like, my coach has me like keep a pretty good pace, or I'll do like AMRAPs or supersets.
You're not squatting for an hour.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not. Yeah, no. But yeah, some of the bodybuilding workouts would go a little bit faster than the powerlifting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. It reminds me a lot. We had Ben Pollock on the podcast, not too many weeks back.
Oh, yeah.
A few months ago, and asking him a lot of similar questions, really, because he's obviously excelled at powerlifting for quite a while, and then got more into the bodybuilding scene, and got IFBB Pro on it and everything, and it's a lot of the same. Like this, it's a funny crossroad, even like to make. And what I wonder for you is like, you've already done it in powerlifting, set the world records for your weight class. Like nobody in your weight class has still totaled more than you in reps before. And like, if you come back to it, assuming your preps go well, maybe you're even going to do better than you have before. And your records could even be farther out there than what they are now.
Yeah.
Like, and whereas bodybuilding, you're at a very high level, but you're not quite yet at like definitively the best in the world, like what you can kind of say about powerlifting. Yeah. So I wonder if it's me, you kind of are hungry to get to you have maybe more hunger for the bodybuilding side of it because you're not there yet.
Yes, I could see that. I still have quite a few goals left with powerlifting that I want to accomplish, multiple weight classes. I would even like to try like geared lifting eventually. I think that would be so fun.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely right now I'm like I would agree. I'm pretty hungry for the bodybuilding because I'm not at that level yet.
Right. But close. I mean, it's also
close,
maybe it's not at that level, but it's like within within reach. Like you're very close to it.
Yeah.
Would you rather look strong or be strong if you could only do one?
Ooh, I would rather be strong.
Yeah. That's a tough question.
Does that no wait.
You can only you can
does that mean I look like a
you don't get to look as strong as you do now. Yeah. Because you kind of you are both. Obviously,
like
you get to be
might
both.
not turn heads.
Yeah,
like people might not notice you.
Right.
Okay, I kind of like that though, because that's like a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Like I could walk up on the platform and they'd be like, oh, "This girl's probably gonna, whatever, bench 150, and then throw 3 plates on,
Right.
So that might be nice to like surprise people, but yeah.
Talking about that, like, have you? I know you lift at Strong Barbell Club, I think now.
I do, yeah.
So everyone there gets it and knows what's going on. Was there ever a time when you didn't lift at a place like that? Did you go somewhere more like a commercial gym setting and maybe you weren't powerlifting yet, but you were still like way stronger than mostly all other women around? And were people like, did you have weird interactions with people like walking up to you when you're benching 225 for reps or anything like that?
Yeah. So I actually it all started at a Planet Fitness.
Okay.
Really? Wow.
Believe
like
it or
all
not.
Good stories, right?
Yep. It all started there. So I learned to squat on a Smith machine.
Nice.
And I did that for couple years. And, I was getting pretty strong just on my own, no coach, no guidance. So obviously people, older guys there would like notice and say some weird shit and, whatever, it's fine. But yeah, now, cause I like to like check out gyms. So like we'll drive like Omaha or St. Louis or, close cities nearby, and we'll check out gyms there, and maybe somebody doesn't know me there. Maybe, I never like to assume, but it's always cool, like catching people, like watching, like, holy shit,
Yeah.
she's putting another plate on. It's always cool catching people.
Yeah, it's got to be fun though. Going into a gym, being like, okay, we're going to kind of put on a show today. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing though is you don't look unassuming. Like anyone that has any other
Yeah.
understanding of like physiques and strength and stuff, like you shouldn't be catching many people off guard.
Yeah, that was like
yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
our first comments. We're like, oh, there's Hunter over there. Yeah, I think she looks even like bigger in person than she does on Instagram.
Well, I think it's funny you said at the bodybuilding they're saying that you need to bring up your your arms or a weak point
Right?
or something like that. I'm like, really?
yeah,
Like,
Right?
Yeah,
That hurt.
but that's
okay?
but I guess
that broke
that's
my
looking
heart
at
a little bit.
Yeah, looking at it through the lens of bodybuilding rather than powerlifting. I suppose that's kind of what the differences end up being at that level of bodybuilding.
Yeah. And on the Tampa stage, I was like 153, and backstage I was standing next to these girls that were like 5'8" and 180, just ripped, had these huge shoulders, and I was like, holy shit.
yeah.
I am wow. I feel so small right now. But
So
yeah, it hurt.
is the division is it actually called bodybuilding?
Yes,
Okay.
this is women's bodybuilding. It's making a comeback.
Yeah, okay. Because I know
Yeah.
there's several divisions, and I feel like people also use the term loosely sometimes too.
Right.
And that's why
Yeah,
I'm like,
so, like,
okay. Yeah, and I never know
talk
for sure
about
if
it
that
all.
is the
Yeah.
if that is the actual
Yeah.
one or not.
Yes, yeah. I compete in women's bodybuilding.
Okay.
And that is the top, like the biggest people going for size then, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
hmm
Okay.
Yes.
I was thinking about the showdown meet again, something that Tommy and I talked about. So
Yeah.
men's day was Saturday, women's day was Sunday. Was that the same setup last year? Is that how that went too? Saturday, then Sunday like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
And as a spectator, being there seemed like there was like equally big, exciting moments of both days, and on the
Mhm.
men's day you had Joe and Jordan battling for the
Yep.
squat world records and some other big
That was awesome.
squats in there. And then you had TD Smash hitting the bench press, and then
Well, and then John's just whole day.
yeah, and then
and
Jamal.
John's just whole
Right,
thing.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jamal and was it Dan going for their 1,000-pound deadlifts? And
Right, so there's
That was awesome.
and then on the women's day there was also these big moments. The deadlifts, especially to women.
Yeah,
deadlift.
the deadlifts were wild. Yeah.
All the 600 plus deadlifts
Yep.
really stuck out, and then Christy.
There was like
yeah, go ahead.
there was like a 400-pound bench.
Yeah,
it
I think
was
396. Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that was wild. And then like Christy Hawkins' day in general, just like we talked about John
Yep.
Hack's day in general, that same
Well,
sort of thing.
Brianni's whole day too, really.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
600-pound
Brianna did
deadlift for her.
fantastic.
But like, and so like my point, both days there was equally exciting moments. There was less people there on Sunday than Saturday for sure, though. And like,
Yeah,
I wondered if,
sadly.
yeah, and I just wonder if we're kind of talking about it on our drive home. Like, is there anything that could be done differently so that's not the case? And like, I just wondered if anything comes to your mind, because to me they're both like should be highlighted at the same level, and we're both kind of equally cool.
Yeah, I agree. Man, I wonder if like the girls went first, or some meets are doing.
Yeah, that's what we.
Some meets are doing like a pro day,
Right.
like,
Yeah,
something like that.
Where say the top level women and the top level men all compete on the same
One day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. That makes some sense.
or
too.
even
Yeah.
like the lighter weights for men and women go on one day, and the heavier
Yeah.
weights are on the second day. Like I could see a number of ways, but yeah, we just felt like it kind of did a disservice, because even if you're not huge into women's powerlifting, once you're there, it was fun to watch.
Right,
Like there was
right.
It was.
and I don't know if anyone, I'm not sure any man can fight through deadlifts the way women can that day. Like there was,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
like we were watching several where the women, it wasn't moving. It was like, I felt like it was 10 seconds and then it would go. It's like, I don't think guys have the ability to do that. Like you just get it or you don't. So there was some real battles there.
And it's pretty common for a guy to throw around some big weight, but to see a woman bench 400 pounds, to see multiple women pull 600, like that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is freaking cool,
Yep.
So I think that it was just exciting all around. I wish more people were there and got to witness that, because it's just incredible.
Yeah, my only other thought was that there was some for the women competing, some big names that everyone knows and that people follow. And I know internet, social media stuff isn't everything. That's not the only thing that matters. But had, say, it been a meet where Christy is competing and Brianni is competing, and
you were competing.
Yeah, and then say you and Mariana were both lifting. Like if you two were both competing that day too, I do think that adds like a bigger buzz to it too, where it's just like, because like any of these could win like the overall best for the whole day, and it's like just becomes a pretty crazy competition at that point in time. So maybe that's part of it too. Like just it needs to be the perfect storm where it's all of you at the same place and the same time, and maybe that helps it bubble up too.
Now that would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I thought about jumping into the showdown at like 181, but man, I don't know. I just feel like that's a high risk for injury, trying to rebound that fast. So
yeah, I'm sure you made
definitely
a smarter move.
That is just a lot of competing.
Yeah.
Even right now, if you didn't do anything else, it's like you've done a decent amount of competing this year between powerlifting and bodybuilding. So
there's a lot.
We saw somewhere that where you said you have a serious sweet tooth. It doesn't really seem like it by looking at you, but if that is true,
man.
what are your like if you had to pick a couple of go-to snack foods, what would be in the tops of your list? Because we like to talk about lifting and stuff, but we probably like to talk about snacks and food and stuff much more.
Food is very important.
Yep.
So I'm a big cheesecake fan.
Like what kind of cheesecake?
Like chocolate, caramel, Oreo, anything like that.
Like
Reese's.
the chocolatey over the fruit stuff is what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, I'm on board with
that. Yeah. PDX cookies. Have you ever had them?
I have not.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, you need to get on Instagram. PDX cookies. They are amazing.
You order them, I assume?
Yeah, you order them and they're shipped to your house and they're just glorious.
So I might have to get some for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the flavor there? What's the best one there?
They make like anything and everything you can imagine.
Okay.
Anything with cookie butter in it is a definite go-to for me. Yeah. And then what else? Ice cream. Big ice cream fan.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with ice cream.
Well, I think the cookie tip is a good tip
Yeah,
for us,
PDX,
especially anything you can order and like that.
Yes. They are amazing.
Okay.
They are amazing.
We'll do our homework on that one.
Yeah, we'll make that one happen here.
Okay.
I have some in my freezer right now.
You could just send us those ones.
Okay. Cool. I'll just mail them to you.
Okay, perfect. We've got this little game we like to play with everyone called Overrated, Underrated, and we have a special Hunter Henderson set of topics. We'll fire you the topics, and it's just your job to decide if it's overrated or underrated. You can elaborate on the answer as much as you want to. The only thing you got to remember is you can't ride the line. You have to give us an answer on one side of the fence or the other. So if you're ready to play, we'll fire them at you.
Let's do it.
Okay. Overrated or underrated? Scrubs.
Ooh. Underrated.
Okay. So do you wear scrubs every day?
I do.
Okay.
And they are the most comfortable thing ever. It's like wearing pajamas. You get to wear pajamas all day. It's fantastic. They're not tight. They don't, constrict your lats. They're roomy. They're great.
My wife's thing for it is you don't have to worry about picking out an outfit that day either. Like the scrubs take care of that whole stress in the morning is gone.
You don't have to think about it. Just put them on and you're good to go.
And what shoes do you wear?
So I wear, what are they? Asics.
Okay.
Tennis shoes. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. Super cute. Let me tell you.
So when you're in your scrubs, can people still tell that you're jacked?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Patients will like come. Yeah.
The scrubs don't hide it.
Yeah.
Not at all. So patients will like come in the room and they're like, "Oh, you go to the gym?" I'm like, a few times.
Like, nope, this just happened. I woke up like this.
Every now and again when I get a chance,
Yeah. Okay, so scrubs definitely underrated then.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Okay, overrated or underrated power building, or the term power building?
Ooh.
So it's kind of a buzz term. It's
Yeah.
a little bit of a hot button topic.
And if there's anyone that,
Yeah.
you know, most people that say power building aren't powerlifting and bodybuilding like you.
a lot of people
they're
are
just
a
like
lot of people
kind
aren't
of
actually
not,
doing either
yeah,
one
they're
of
kind
them.
of not doing either is more common, probably, you know.
That's funny. Oh man. I would say probably overrated.
Yeah, I think I
Um,
would tend to agree with that. usually.
Yeah. Yeah. Because honestly, like you guys said, like there's a lot of people that don't really know what that means and probably are doing powerlifting and trying to consider it power building, you know, trying to
I
blur the
powerlift,
lines a
but
little bit.
I also just sometimes do my accessories.
Well, it's like, yeah, well, it's I think everyone's goal is like, hey, I want to be really strong and I want to look jacked. But that's how
Yeah.
all the good power lifters, and you're evidence of it, Hunter. Now, like that's how
Yeah.
all the good power lifters look. Like they are really strong and they look jacked. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Heck yeah.
the days of really fat people powerlifting, like that's kind of sort of behind us for the
Right.
most part.
Yeah. That's funny.
Okay, so overrated or underrated hair extensions? And
All right. So-
Tommy and I both have. Tommy has very long hair. I have relatively long hair, but neither of us have had extensions before. So
You should try it.
Yeah.
I think you both would look good with them. Okay, so your girl has hair extensions. I love them. So I'm going to say that these are underrated because literally you can have short hair one day, long hair the next, and they're fantastic.
Gives you options.
Minor clip-in though. I know some girls have like tape-ins and sew-ins, and I don't know anything about those.
So does
But-
clip in mean it is as simple as just putting it in whenever you want to, and it's easy to take in and take out and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Takes me like 10 minutes to take them in.
Okay, but some people have
Take 'em
them
out.
that it's actually
It's
like
more of a permanent thing,
Right,
right?
right.
Isn't that how it
Yeah,
goes?
yeah. I've never tried those.
okay.
That seems like a lot more work, though.
Yeah, that probably takes a long time to have done.
Well, and then you also don't have the flexibility like you're talking
Just-
where you can pop them in and out whenever you want to.
Yeah.
Okay. I suppose you don't shower with those in, then you take them out.
No, no, you don't.
I'm mostly using this as an opportunity to learn about it. Okay.
Tanner's writing down notes
Yeah,
right now.
like, okay.
Do not shower,
Don't shower with
them.
them. Okay. Don't shampoo them. Okay.
Can take in and out whenever you want. He has a pros and cons list written up right here.
I love it.
Okay, so we were just in Kansas City, as we've talked about here, and
Yeah.
we went out and ate at a few different places. And also, I would say,
Okay.
as I understand it, we were always in North Kansas City. We never went like downtown.
Okay.
Or anywhere for that matter. We
Right,
stayed
right. We were just kind of always in that circle of. That's where like, what is that? What is the CrossFit box that we were at?
was it Brave enough?
Brave, yeah.
Brave enough. Yeah.
That and like that's North Kansas City, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we stayed there and we went to a few restaurants. So first I'll ask you the
Yeah.
overrated, underrated specific one, and then we'll probably ask you about a few others. But overrated or underrated Hawaiian Bros?
Oh, overrated.
Oh, you don't like Hawaiian Bros?
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Something, I don't know, sweet meat just,
Doesn't do it
it's
for
okay.
you. Yeah.
It's okay. Did you guys like it?
We did.
Well, it was meat and rice, so that for alone,
yeah,
that
it's
you
pretty
know,
simple.
And it's
Right.
a lot of food. Like
Right.
it's if you leave that hungry, then you probably did
Yeah.
something wrong.
but we also don't have it anything like that, quite like that. So to us, it was like, oh, this is pretty
Oh,
cool.
really?
Yeah. We live in western northeast South Dakota, so we really don't have a lot of options like that. So we're like
I
a
see.
kid in
Okay.
a candy store.
That's funny.
But so
Did
you're
you
not
guys-
you're not big on it though then.
It's okay.
Okay.
So
I'm not, I mean, I would choose something else over
so
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so if we at the booth said we need the Hunter Henderson picks for the flavor of Kansas City, where would you have pointed us?
Ooh. I mean, you're in Kansas City. I feel like you have to get barbecue.
Makes sense.
And
yeah.
if you're going to get barbecue, I feel like you have to do slaps or jack stack.
Okay. I've had Jack Stack before, yeah. actually, and that was very good.
Slaps is awesome.
Okay. We also ate at what's it called?
Chicken in a pickle.
I think.
Oh yeah.
And that place is fun. That's just a fun place. That's
It's a fun place. Yeah.
Is that somewhere that you would frequent very often?
No, not really.
Not
I
playing
mean,
a lot of
it's cool.
pickleball.
It's cool to go hang out. It's cool to go
You
hang
don't play
out.
much
but,
pickleball.
Yeah.
No, I have not pursued pickleball. But
Okay. So that's all kind of North Kansas City. Is
Yeah.
that the part of town that you would be in a lot, or are you like, would you go downtown, or what? Where would you? What part of town are you usually in?
yeah, so I live maybe 7 minutes from SBC.
Okay.
I live in a place called the West Bottoms. We don't really have any this is like the really old part of Kansas City where I live. So they remodeled a bunch of old warehouses and factories into apartments. So there's really not anywhere to eat or not much to do down here. There's a couple coffee shops. That's about it. But yeah, I would say probably North Kansas City or downtown is where I'm at the most.
North Kansas City seemed cool. I thought it seemed pretty nice too. Like
Yeah.
the parts we were at.
It is. It's a good area.
Yeah, there was stuff going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It always sucks when you go somewhere to a different town and you're in the part of town where nothing's happening.
Yeah.
It helps when there's a big powerlifting meet, I suppose. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It helps when we go to Chicken in the Pickle and there's 15 powerlifters and other companies and all
the
sorts
whole
of stuff.
Yeah.
all the large is there.
Yeah, that's a cool place to hang out.
Yeah. Good news that what wrapped up overrated, underrated, and you did pass. Although even with your so-so remarks on Hawaiian Bros, you still passed.
Okay, good.
even with poo-pooing Hawaiian Bros a little bit, you still passed.
That's funny.
No, and that's kind of wraps up most of the stuff we were going to ask you about, but would give you an opportunity if want to talk about sponsors or anything else like that you want to get out there. We'd be happy to have you shout it out.
Yeah, so I have quite a few sponsors I'm very grateful for. Live Large Fitness. They were the first.
Screw those guys.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. We're good.
Nick's
for
the worst.
Yeah, we really
He's the worst.
We really like Nick.
Terrible.
Yeah.
They were the first company to sponsor me, and then behind them was Iron Rebel, Zone Smelling Salts, Revive MD, Get Raw Nutrition, and Eat Right Foods. I think I got them all. Yes.
Right on.
Yeah. So I'm very grateful, very thankful for all of them. They helped me, get to and from all these competitions and support me quite well.
Yep. And then do you do any coaching or anything like that?
I don't.
Okay.
So previously, I've always considered myself a doer and not a thinker. I can't tell you the whys and the hows and, oh, your knee moved like this because you did this. I can't tell you that stuff. But here recently, I've kind of wanted to move into that position, I guess. So I'm learning more and putting myself more in a learning position and getting the education necessary to be more confident in doing that.
Yeah.
So I'd actually really like to do that soon, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure once you decide to make that move that you'll have people lining up.
Yeah, I would assume so too.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's really cool. We really appreciate having you on. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Cool. And we'll be continuing to watch you keep crushing it in powerlifting and continue to take the bodybuilding world by storm then.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Hunter.
All right. Thanks, Hunter.
Yeah, thank you.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Cool beans.
She got the
cool
double
beans.
cool beans, huh, Tommy?
Those were not Hawaiian flavored cool beans, though.
No, by her, based on her Hunter's specific
By request. Those are just the regular
non-Hawaiian flavored
Those are the
beans.
regular flavors.
But still cool.
Yeah.
Still double.
Still two of them.
Yep. No, she's pretty good at a lot of stuff, huh?
She is.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how some people just are good at things.
It is really funny to think that someone would tell her that she needs to bring her arms up more too. I'm like,
yeah.
what?
I feel like that was one of the first comments I made. Like, wow, her arms are way bigger than what we even thought they were.
Yeah.
Like, bodybuilding. Just a world we clearly do not know enough.
That's
you
true.
definitely know more than I do, Tanner.
I don't know very much.
And so yeah, I guess
the only reason I kind of know anything is because when I first got into lifting, I was interested in bodybuilding, and like it was at an era where people bought magazines.
Yeah.
So I was buying Flex magazine and Muscle and Develop magazine, and really what they were talking about was bodybuilding.
Yeah.
You know, I was just talking about going to the gym and like looking better and, you know, making it look like you lift, but like it all revolved around bodybuilding.
And it's funny too then, because like at that time you could go to any place that sells magazines and you would for sure see several magazines that were related to bodybuilding.
Right.
And like now that almost outside of seeing like a Men's Health or something somewhere.
I just can't
like,
even recall seeing magazines.
I can't either.
Like, is there still like a rack?
Outside of like the tabloid things, you know?
Right.
There's
At the checkouts.
There's you don't see them like anywhere anymore, do you?
Like those
Walmart and Target both used to have big sections of magazines, and maybe I just don't go to that area anymore. But
I actually just don't go into those stores.
That just takes care of part of the problem right there.
But still,
part of it actually is going like when you go to an airport, you're like, oh, magazines still exist.
Right.
Yeah, there's some right there. Wow, this is cool.
Yeah, the old magazine industry. We should get into some magazine stuff. Probably we're kind of into
alternative old world media.
Yeah, right. We could have a Massenomics magazine. I think.
We could definitely do it.
If we had a little more time, we could definitely get that going.
That's kind of our biggest excuse is if we just had a little more time.
Yeah, we need a few unpaid interns to really take
this into overdrive for us.
Saw some of the unpaid interns talking about emojis, trying to get an emoji into the because there's like a board that like approves new emojis.
It's like a consortium for
there's some ideas like a better nose breath emoji, like not so much a like grunting, like
just like
more of a casual
kind
Joe
of
Sullivan nose
like
breath,
a laugh almost, yeah. like it needs like to have a little smirk with it,
right. Yeah, not so much like
a more friendly one.
More of like a
Yeah, I think that one could get put to good use.
Yeah.
I like that suggestion.
So the unpaid interns are still always at work. Oh, I see they're working on the Wikipedia page. I hope that comes true.
There could be, so there's rumblings of possibly a Wikipedia page happening someday.
How does the process of that work?
I honestly don't know for sure. I really don't know how that actually works.
I assume you can't put it in for yourself. I assume that's part of it, that you can't be like, yes, look at my, like every company would just be like, yeah, I'm going to make a Wikipedia page for myself too. That'd be a part of like your basic marketing 101 is like, I got to get a website, get an email address, make up this Wikipedia page,
because there has to be like, what are they? I don't even know if Wikipedia calls them editors or if there's a different word, if they're contributors or what their name is. But they have, the way I understand it, this is super not me ever paying attention really, but I think they have people that are kind of like in their realms of like, hey, these guys take care of this type of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you go about like companies getting one.
Right.
That is because at some point there's definitely is, most companies don't need one, but there definitely does come a point where certain companies all of a sudden
Apple
one point,
needs to have a Wikipedia page.
But there's all these ones
but like at some point
cusp.
in time, or like what is like Tesla at some point in time didn't need a Wikipedia page, and then there was a threshold there where it's like, oh, this is a huge company. Somewhere in between,
and then,
it's like,
even take it down like, okay, Lululemon.
Right.
Yeah, at some point, they probably for years didn't have one. Well,
right, and then at
now
certain point, it's like, well, you can't not have a, like, it'd be weird if Lululemon
when does that
didn't
step
have
actually happen?
Right.
That is a great question. I'm not sure. You could probably Wikipedia it and find out.
That's true. I think we're there. I think
we're very well. Content alone, I think we're pretty
true.
Good. Like Super Training, do they have a Wikipedia page?
I doubt
Mark
it.
Bell probably has one.
He probably does.
Does
right?
Super Training one have one? Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah.
If only there was a way to find out, Tanner.
We'll never know. There is no way. If only I had just reviewed a
only
type
someone
of
had
device
a
that
high-speed new phone.
Yeah.
Then we'd know.
Boy, does this pop to internet sites so fast.
That 5G that doesn't exist yet in Western Northeast South Dakota.
How long will it be until we have
I don't know. I don't know. I would think that they're going to keep working on it because all they do is when they work on the network, it just convinces more people like, hey, you need to buy a new phone now because then you can get faster internet. So I think
Is there a limit to G's?
I don't
Could it just keep going up?
I think the G is more of a marketing term. Like it's just saying it's like
it's the 5th generation of.
I don't even know if it's that. I think it's they all agree that there's a certain bandwidth that we're opening up.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna label this bandwidth this
They
range.
should
of
just go straight to 10. Like skip all the go to the biggest one.
Take it to 10 right now.
Turn
and
this
then the
bitch
next
to 11.
and then the next one goes to 20. Like there's just like jumps that don't. Next one's 34.
Like, what's the technology that restricts like them from doing more and more?
Well,
like,
I think part of it is like because we're talking like radio. It's going through. I think the government. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I think the government over time opens up and gives more access to people to broadcast over different radio waves.
It's the government.
Yeah. It's kind of like they make the laws or something.
Yeah.
I still haven't figured that one out yet, but
they're always up to something over there. They even control the price of lift shorts.
yeah. Next thing you know, they're gonna take over. Do you ever get Tanner? Do you ever get worried the government's gonna take over?
Yeah, I guess no.
And then I usually,
I feel like we're there, right?
It's
that
the
happened
government.
a long time ago.
It's the government. They already did take over. They're already in charge of the government.
True. So we already did tech tips then, right?
Yeah, we did knock tech tips off.
Okay, so do we have anything else that we need to hit on? I think that's kind of most of our highlights for this episode, correct?
I think so. Now do we get to the lowlights?
You stuck around for the lowlights.
The really boring part of this whole thing. Rumbling and grumbling.
People have been asking for more agronomy updates. What I would say is we're in full swing of harvest season here in Western Northeast South Dakota. It was kind of an early harvest season this year. People got in the field early. Yields are surprisingly better than what they could have been for the most part in our area.
For having some hail type and drought conditions?
In the hail area, some people still got screwed pretty hard. Okay. But like the drought thing is the bigger thing, that we were in such a severe drought for so much of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But the corn and soybean plants both seem to have handled that pretty well. And that's part of the genetics these days. That's why GMOs aren't all terrible, because
you can
without
make plants that don't need water anymore.
That's kind of like the truth. They're so drought resistant, they can literally go through almost the entire growing season without getting any, and then they just get enough.
Just like those weeds in your yard, they only do better when the water goes down.
Yes.
It's 100 degrees and no water. Perfect. Yeah. We're going to grow like crazy.
So harvest is going pretty well. That's your agronomy update.
The rain's pretty much been non-existent, so that's got to help.
True. I did blow up my sprinkler lines for the year, so going to be no more watering my grass.
Mm-hmm.
I would be all right with that. Go ahead and stop growing anytime soon.
I put every year in my calendar, as soon as September 1st hits, I have in my calendar, shut off irrigation system. That's it.
I would
That's
rather
enough.
I would rather miss out on a few extra waterings and make sure my lines don't freeze than get a few extra waterings and push it to the end.
Yeah, and this is the time of year too when it all needs to start shutting down. Well, because it was, what was it, 2 years ago? We had like our first snowstorm now.
Yeah, already have. Yes.
Oh, God, that would suck so bad. That would be
still
terrible.
been pretty nice weather up. So we are mixing in converting this agronomy update to a weather update.
It's all kind of related.
Yeah,
it's all related.
It's been pretty nice out though, still, hasn't it? It's been really nice for October, honestly.
And I got to experience our first our local colleges, Northern State University. Should be Western Northeast State University, but
it should be.
When
I'm a proud alum.
Yeah, you are an alum. I got to experience our first new mega football stadium.
Yeah. Is that the first?
That's first game I've ever been to, and it was a sold out house, like 6,000 plus people. I think it was the.
It's a pretty sweet stadium.
It was
especially
really
for Western
cool.
North. We talk about how
for our area of the country,
rural it is here and stuff, and it's a pretty sweet stadium.
Yeah, our area of the country, there's not much that's. I mean, there's teams that are way better, but their stadiums aren't better.
No, we've got the best stadium now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any debate there, and it's on campus. The tailgating's there. It was a fun experience. It was a good time. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Only way I could have enjoyed it better is that the football game turned out different, but it was a pretty wild game to watch too.
Way she goes, boys.
Yeah, and something else I was going to say along those lines. Now that we're talking, Tanner, we were talking weather. We were talking the football game. What was
Day parade?
Not the parade. God, there was a parade. There was something else in there, and I can't remember.
A good little nugget.
We were doing updates on things. What were you talking about? Agronomy update.
Agronomy, the weather, the irrigation, Northern State Wolves.
Irrigation, freezing. It was right in there, and I was like, no, I won't forget this. I'll say the football thing first. I'll get that out of the way. And now
getting things ready for fall. Weather's been unseasonably nice.
Boy, this is really annoying.
You'll probably think about it the second.
I probably will, yes. And I'll think about it as soon as we're done, and then we'll say, oh, of course, and then we'll forget about it forever. So
I would note again, though, we do have the new drop coming up. What we talked about coming out this week. Look for that towards the end of the week. Pretty cool stuff in there. I'd say, just thinking, what of it pops? Like, is it popping? I would say it's very... it's a perfect timing for this drop. Like, there's a lot of stuff that really makes a lot of sense for us to get out here in October.
Yep.
It's all got a certain vibe, a certain feel to it. Yeah. It's all of the season for sure, right? Mm-hmm. It's got a real cohesive vibe to the whole drop. It's all
pumpkin spice latte all over it.
All variations of pumpkin spice latte. Fall. Hashtag fall.
I'm still racking my brain over here, Tanner. It's bugging me.
Well, sign up to become a supporting member. That club keeps on growing all the time, and it's really fun. It's honestly fun. Like, if there's something I could sell you on here today, it's become a supporting member of the podcast. Honestly,
and a lot of people still are. We say it every week, but a lot of people are still joining.
Yep.
And I think everyone joins kind of feels like, wow, I just entered my extended family in a group chat.
Yeah, but with the what we've been able to do with the live streaming of some of the podcast, like even just little things like the backgrounds, the screen, what's the word? Is it background? Wallpapers for phones and that sort of stuff. Cool little things. We're going to continue to have cool little things that's specific to that supporting membership community. So get signed up. You don't think you'll regret it. I think you'll find it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, you can like us on YouTube, follow us there. Check out the podcast. It comes out in full amazing video every week. It's out there every week on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribing there and ringing the little bell so you get updates, and then you can get in the race for first comment. It's as heated of a race as ever. And like us on Facebook. Every once in a while we post something on there and someone goes, weird to see you guys post something on Facebook.
What are you guys doing here?
Yeah, we've got TikTok. I guess you can do whatever on TikTok. We didn't talk about the big outage of Facebook and Instagram.
That's what it was. Yeah. That is what it was.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way I can forget this.
The Facebook
I knew we'd
Instagram
get there eventually.
outage of 2021.
The funny thing for me is, I have to say, and I'm not saying this to say like I'm better than anybody, but I've turned off, I did this a while ago, I turned off all notifications. So if I have a busy day, I don't even think about it at all.
Yep.
And it was like that morning, I was trying to go on Instagram once and something wasn't working. And then I just kind of went about my day, and I didn't really think twice about it until you said they must be having a big outage.
Yeah.
And then it was like 10 minutes later, my wife texts me, is your phone working? And I'm thinking like, is she trying to call me? So I call her like, hey, what's up? She goes, Facebook and Instagram don't work. I'm like, well,
it's funny how people say that is your phone. But like, to some people, the internet is Facebook.
Yes. Especially other countries.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's just how
right.
But so I thought she was like trying to call me. There was some emergency. I call her. I'm like, what's up? Facebook and Instagram don't work. I'm like, yeah, they're having like an outage of some kind. There's a big difference between that and your phone not working. So that was all before noon. Yeah. And then I went to the gym, and I had a really busy day for work the rest of that. And it was the end of the day, and I went on, and I was like, oh shit, this still actually isn't working right now. Yeah. They are having some major issues here.
Yeah. I always suspect things anytime.
And you, of course, are going to be way more in tune with
that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, when you're not getting 1,000 DMs and weird notifications all day long.
And it was, disturbing the number of times I forgot that it was a thing and would go click on it and be like, oh yeah, this doesn't work.
Muscle memory kicked right back
it was
in.
I'd just be like, this routine things I do, and it'd be like, the next thing is like check and see if there's anything, and I click on it, I'm like, oh yeah, why do I keep clicking on that? It doesn't work. Yeah. It wouldn't be the worst thing if it went away for society, but it wouldn't be good for Massenomics. Yeah,
there was a lot of funny memes that did.
There was, and that's funny. Like, it goes away, and like everyone's like, "How do we use this as a?" That was I texted you, and I'm like, "Hey, just in case this comes back up soon, like what should we post?
Uh-huh.
Because like that's my first thing is like, how do you use this as a
and by
funny
the time I saw it,
opportunity?
you're like, nope, I already got something here. It's like, okay, yep, I'm of no use.
Yeah. But that was my first thought is like, how do you use this funny outage as an opportunity to post something about the outage?
One of the besides ours, one of the funnier memes that I saw was it was like the people in the Matrix pod waking up. It was like, put me back in. I had 15 million followers, and it is just so insane that is. It's not that much of an abstraction from where we are.
And I was seeing people talking about like I don't understand it at all, but maybe something about like the code, how it's like, oh no, it's not just down. They deleted their source code and they'll never, like, Facebook is gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Facebook is worth $900 billion.
On that topic though, like, so that's what you can people, and there's things out there where it's like, all right, based off of how much value, like, or whatever Facebook was worth last year, you can determine like they make this much per hour, this much per minute. It's like being down yesterday cost them like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah. But my thing was like, they're worth almost $1,000 billion. I don't even know what you call that. Like $1 trillion. They're almost worth $1 trillion, I guess.
1 million, bajillion. Yeah.
Yeah. Like just an amount of money that doesn't even make sense. I'm like, they're going to figure it out. Like, I'm like, they literally can hire every person in the world to work for them.
You know anything's possible when it comes to computers, but at the same time, man, if Facebook were to actually go down, civilization would be in a weird spot because I think everyone would be like, that means the end of all of us could be tomorrow. Like, whoever's targeted them could just determine anyone's next now.
If there was a way for Facebook to go down and Instagram to still work, if there was a way for Facebook and Twitter and TikTok to all crash forever.
But somehow just Instagram was fine.
Instagram's okay. And apparently people care about WhatsApp because they always lump that in with Facebook. Yeah. Oh, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp is down. I'm like, who cares about WhatsApp?
People, I'm curious because we use Asana for like shared to do, and that's by Facebook too. And they were saying everything Facebook was down.
I don't think it was down.
Was that not down?
I don't know. I can't say for sure, but I think I used it.
Because then some of the reports were saying, I think for Facebook, you know, it's part of, I think even their badges to get in the building are all linked somehow to Facebook. And like they couldn't even get in the building to do things. Those were just some of the really quick headlines I caught. But
my brain on that though always thinks like Facebook is just up to something. Like this is all like it's like they're like part of what I think I'm like they did this on purpose, even though there was a thing like them losing a bunch of money, like you said, like maybe there was something else going on where this still made sense.
The whistleblower came out this week,
the day before.
Yeah.
And like that's especially makes you think like, there's a reason for it.
I think it was World's Strongest Meme had it in their story, and it was from Succession.
Yeah.
Cousin Greg is like, this is the one that saves the day. This is the one when he's like shredding the private documents. And he's like, what's going on at Facebook right now? And it's Greg photocopying and shredding private documents. It's, that is really funny.
Succession. I think there's a new season.
I think it starts any day now.
Okay, but I've completely forgotten about the show.
And I'm actually the nice thing now actually is if you ever are in that spot where. I think it has been probably 2 years since I've had one. I luckily just finished it like a month ago, so I'm right in there. But you can go on YouTube, and there's so like the season summaries that pretty much cover everything you need to know in 30 minutes,
What's
sometimes
the
10 minutes.
Squid Game?
I don't know. I was going to ask you about that too. Actually, I do know. It's a show on Netflix.
Yeah, I had to Google it today.
But I have
a Squid Game
because I never opened Netflix. I opened Netflix last night to watch a show for the first time in so long. I don't open Netflix, and so I go, okay, that takes care of that. I know now this is a Netflix thing, and even in the Discord, people are going off about Squid Game. I have not watched it yet though. I feel like I have to just to be culturally relevant.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I haven't turned my TV on. I don't know if I've watched a show in a week though.
That was last night I watched a show, and that was the first show I've watched in too long. So.
Yeah, Squid Game though. Maybe we'll follow up with that before it's completely irrelevant.
Guess we'll put that one on the list. Huh?
Yeah. All right. Tommy, where do they find? Or do you have anything else important that we need to get out there?
We really covered a lot.
Yeah.
We thought we had a lot of random ones in the beginning.
Yeah.
Those were
sometimes this is when we get to our best stuff though, is towards the end.
Just the free thinking period.
Yeah.
Just really go with it. I think that is everything, Tanner.
All right.
I think it is.
Where do they find you at?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
If you're wanting to follow me on Instagram and you haven't yet, which that's weird that you decided you want to, it's Tanner_Baird, but just make sure to follow Massenomics at Massenomics.
See ya.